afternoon, everyone. You're listening to 98.1 FM, 1220 AM, KHTS hometown station, and my show is listed by Mina Kuper. We're about real estate, trust, probate, divorce, and more. And I'm so excited to have Jerry Holt on the show today. He just did an inspection for me, and he was off the charts. Not off the charts in a bad way, but in a good way. He was on the grid. So, Jerry, I'm really excited to have you here today. And I know you've been super busy. You took out the time to come and talk to everyone about the importance. I know you're passionate. You come from the construction world. And so you really know the inside and out of property, real estate transaction, real estate, the nuts and bolts of real estate and the beams and all that. So we want to talk today about first-time home buyers.
First-time home buyers is a great subject. It's my passion because of the fact they're the ones that actually are able to retain the information that I give them. They're the most rewarding from me. First of all, thank you for inviting me over here. This is the first time for me. I do have a busy schedule, but I'd like to mention a couple things about the first-time home buyer. Just because you're a first-time home buyer, you don't get any special treatment. You'll just get a little bit more knowledge when you leave the inspection.
So what is it that you inspect for the inspection, right? So you do, sophisticated inspections, simple inspections. As far as, the properties, what kind of properties do you inspect and what is included in the inspection?
Well, I inspect all types of properties from condos, apartments, single-family, multi-residency, even commercial buildings. But what a customer can expect when I get there is a general inspection, visual inspection from top to bottom, starting from the foundation. When I get there, I look from the foundation. We go up from there. We go to the plumbing, the electrical, the systems, meaning the heating and air conditioning, water heater, and then the roofing. And then at the end of the inspection, I'll walk through approximately 120 photos with the client and inform them of my findings.
That's wonderful. And how long does it take typically for you to get a report out to your clients?
Generally 24 hours, depending on the condition of the house. It's anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. In a lot of cases, you get it the very same day, one more time, depending on the condition, how big it is, and how busy I am as well.
Yeah, and I got compliments for using you because my clients were just really impressed that you took the time out to go through the house and then show them in detail. You weren't there just to do your job. You were there to share with my clients what is necessary to make the house safe, to make it functional, to reduce any damage that can occur in the future. And they really raved about you, because they have friends that have had experiences, whether it's multi-units or single families, and they didn't have a clear understanding of what it is that needed to be done. And especially with first-time homebuyers, it's new in their world, and the lingo is not as common for them to hear. So when you go and break it down to a very simplistic level with pictures, so visuals show everything, and I think that it really eliminates any questions. Oh, what does this mean? In the past, I've had people call me, because they used somebody who they knew, the mother's brother, father, refer them.
Yeah.
And what does this mean? I'm like, I am not an inspector. Do not ask me. I do not build homes or buildings.
Yeah.
I said in my thoughts, and would only be an opinion, I said they're not anything you want to ask me. You should ask him. So, I thought it was really important. And, I often get questions about chimneys, right?
Sure.
Chimneys are like, do you check chimneys? Do you not check chimneys? For some reason, people seem to not think that they're important, whether they're gas or electric. Can you tell me the difference?
Sure. There's a couple things about fireplaces. As a general home inspector, our job is to inspect visual components. So what we look for in a chimney, or actually a fireplace, is actually the fireplace box. We're able to look at the box itself and then go up to the roof and look at the chase, fireplace cap and covers, and smoke detectors, but we're unable to see inside of the smoke detector. I'm sorry, not smoke detector, but the inside of the chimney itself. And then we refer a chimney inspector that has a camera that actually takes a video and films inside of the camera or inside of the chimney to make sure there's no cracks, if the flue's not separating, many different things inside of a flue that an inspector can't see visually. So in other words, a general inspector will inspect the box, the gas component, for example, the log lighter, to see if he's got clearances around the firebox. If it's got a dampener on, a clip on the dampener, if it's got a gas connection, basically what that means is the dampener should not always completely shut, to allow gases and fumes to go up the chimney. So visual components of the chimney we inspect. And if we see any cracks in the chimney box or in the actual chimney itself, then we would say further evaluation by a licensed chimney expert.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. You know, because, you know, water and fire are always a big problem, not
Sure.
just in California.
Sure.
You know, we have those things going on here frequently, but it's just a very big issue. And that can be very dangerous in the home when you're trying to maintain your home. Noticing that some people don't even have gutters on their
Sure.
home, and the irrigation system is rotting away at the house
Sure.
or the property, and then settling in an area. And when the sellers are saying there's nothing wrong, well,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if there's nothing wrong, but you know, there's always that element. People don't, you know, especially when they live in the property for so long.
Yep.
Right. They really have not, you know, they just flow with it because everybody's busy. They don't have time. Oh, let me go do this today, you know, every year. They're not meticulous about the maintenance. They're okay, but, you know, nothing's wrong. They don't see it. They don't feel it. They leave it alone.
Yeah, you brought up a couple good questions and statements. First of all, gutters is not a requirement, but it's very, very important towards the site drainage of the house. There's a couple conditions that apply in site drainage. First of all, you're supposed to have a quarter inch per foot of slope away from the house to allow the water to shed away from your house or your foundation. Now, there is an exception to this, and that is if you have hardscape. Hardscape is, for example, a sidewalk or something around your structure. Now, even when you have hardscape around your house, I always recommend gutters. The reason why is if the water comes off the roof, it's going to splash the ground, and once it hits the ground, it's going to splash on your stucco surface or wood surface, creating staining and potential water damage. So gutters are always a very important part of the house.
That's very interesting.
Yep.
And, you know, I know you go to all areas. What's your boundaries as far as doing your inspections?
That's kind of a trick question because I've been to San Francisco, San Diego, Palm Desert several times. It really depends on the actual client itself. Even though I may own the business, my customers own me. So once you form a relationship with your customers, it's pretty much where they tell me to go.
And I know you do the sewer systems. Your
My son does sewer scopes,
systems,
yes,
which was
yes.
nice to know because sometimes that's an important thing
Sure.
too. If they're clogged
Sure.
and they're all, you know, things are going on in there, they
That's
need
one
to
of
be
the three
irrigated.
inspections I always recommend on any house.
Nobody wants their bathrooms to back up on them and
Yep.
cause a major flood.
Although
Yeah.
I'll be looking at the actual visual components of the plumbing, a sewer inspection actually, like the chimney inspector, he has a camera that goes inside the sewer line and goes all the way to the street. And when it goes to the street, make sure that it doesn't have any roots, cracks in the line, or anything else. Because if it is cracked in the street, it could be very, very costly.
Interesting. Is it important to do inspections when there's sunlight versus do you ever do evening inspections?
Very rarely.
Midnight,
Very,
midnight
very
inspector. I got a
rarely.
new one for you.
Yes, I have done it at night. Matter of fact, I've done it at 4 o'clock in the morning.
What is it? Well, it depends on when it is. It's not
It-
that light out, but it's kind
It's
of
not
dusky.
that light out. So that's the only thing. I won't go on a roof at 4 o'clock in
That's
the
good.
morning
Good
or
to
at night,
know.
and it's unsafe. But a lot of times, if you really think about it, the attic spaces and crawl spaces are dark anyways.
Oh, you have a point there. You got that flashlight over
I've
there.
got all kinds of flashlights.
I saw
yes.
that flashlight.
Yes, I
That's
have many
pretty bright.
flashlights. One thing I do want to mention is about your client and the pictures and everything, along with the photos I take. When I pass off the information to the clients in layman's terms, you can talk to them blue in the face, and without an understanding of the item that what I'm talking about,
Right.
it just makes
The
no sense.
functionality of it.
Absolutely.
Why
So
is this important?
every inspection I'm at, and I may do things a little bit different, but this is what works for me. I take a minimum of 100 pictures.
I saw that. I was impressed.
Yeah, more likely about 150 photos. And I'll go through every single one of my photos and I'll explain the picture that I'm taking. Some of the questions or answers I'll be giving them is, where's the earthquake shutoff valve? Where's the water shutoff valve?
Right.
Where's the
right.
main service disconnect for your electrical panel
Right.
or the gas meter? They're not going to know these things and how to operate these conditions. Sometimes the water heater has an emergency shutdown.
Right. I
on it.
wouldn't know where to do. Is it different in every property?
It's on every property.
And it's different places.
It's in different
And
places.
so if you don't know, and God forbid there's an emergency,
Sure.
that is not a good thing. I bet
It's
you
not a
nobody
good thing.
knows.
And as long as we're talking about that issue, crawl spaces. How do you know if you don't know?
You don't know there's even a crawl space. Of it.
You could have a leak under your house
Yeah.
for 10 years without knowing
Right,
that
right.
it could be wastewater and it could be supply
Right,
water. Nobody
interesting.
knows. You could have critters down there living, you know?
Yeah.
Should have been charging them rent for the
Yeah,
last 10
yeah,
years.
you gotta feed them. I love animals. I think y'all know that.
So I'll go into places that you won't go, and I'll explain the conditions, and then I will pass it off onto the agent and the buyer. I'll pass off the report and give you my recommendations in the report. But I will also inform the customer before I leave their all conditions and all of my recommendations before I leave. That way they have a pretty good understanding of what they're getting before they get the report.
Yes, and I'm very meticulous.
Yeah.
When I do things, I treat people and business partners the way I want to be treated, because I don't skim through things. I don't run a mill. I'm busy. I don't run a mill like yourself. I take pride in what I do, and I cross all my T's and dot my I's, because it's a hell of a day if you do a good job for your clients. It's a great feeling. It's like going to, I just went to Dodger game. It's like making a home run. You know, that excitement. We don't have kiss cam or anything in there, but it's like, yeah, we did it. Yes, we got everybody's happy. It's really exciting. What's a good way for people to get in touch with you?
Well, right now it's just referral base. The best thing that they can do is go onto my website. They can get a hold of you. That's really the only way that you could find me.
What's a good phone number? It's going to be on Facebook, even though we're on the radio. We are on Facebook. We stay on Facebook. You can never get us off of Facebook. So anytime you're
Sure.
looking to listen to this and you're driving, you can't write things down, we're on Facebook. You can ask Sherry questions. You can ask me questions. You can download the app on KHTS Entertainment. We have an app, so anywhere you are, you can listen to our show anytime you want.
You can go to my website, brookensonsinc.com, and it will have all the information on there. Also, my phone number, my direct line, you can probably just use that one. It was area code 909-499-2051. Everybody asks me about that area code. I've had this phone for 30 years. And
That was like when I got really upset when
Yeah.
I got rid of my 917 number, because I'm from New York originally, and I
Yeah.
can't believe I've been out here over 20 years.
Yeah.
And I'm a broker in New York as well, but I kind of keep it to the west side of things, of the world, because I'm licensed in Arizona as well.
Mhm.
It's a quicker trip, no time difference. Now we're going to be not changing our clocks anymore, so they say. So, you know, I think that when I got rid of when I changed my 917 number, it was emotional for me.
Yeah.
You know, because when you're a New Yorker, you know, you still have that in you. It's so impressionable growing up in New York, you know,
Yeah.
in many ways. And, you know, it really has an effect on you in a good way because you learn how to deal with many different people. It's a big melting pot. And gosh, when I got my phone number, I was so excited because it was such a good number, a 310 number, and I couldn't pass it up. So that
Yeah.
was my turning point. Got rid of the Android and got rid of the 917 number.
Yeah.
So, you know, and now when it rains, though, can you do inspections in the
That's
rain?
the best time.
Is it really?
I
You know what?
recommend
I've never asked anyone
everybody
that.
calling me on the day of rain or the day after rain. That's a great time to inspect, especially
It's like the
for the home
ozone.
buyer.
It's just healthy for you.
No, not necessarily, but I'm able to see if you have any roof leaks.
Right, right.
I'm able to see if there's any water intrusion underneath your house. That's a very, very important question, and I love inspecting in the rain
Oh,
because
that's great.
it gives me an information from that rain
Right.
that, hey, you know what, your house is leak free. I don't
Yeah,
see any
and you can get
water
the
leaks.
dampness, right? Even
Right.
dampness. Where would
It-
dampness come from? A leak or an old leak when it
Normally,
rains?
normally around vents around in the roof area.
I see.
Any type of what they call pipe penetrations, any of your waistline vents or your water heater vents or anything else like that that penetrates your roof, most common area is around a chimney, the flashing around the chimney area.
Interesting.
And you wouldn't know any of those areas unless you go into the attic, unless it's been raining.
So if somebody has, let's say there's no leak, right? If somebody has a water stain, you know,
Mhm.
one of those yellow stains on your
Mhm.
roof, is there a leak there? What is that?
Well, see, that's also a trick question
Right, because
because
there's
we
nothing
don't know.
coming into the property.
And we
But
don't
you know
know that if it's
something's
been-
happening because there's a little yellow stain there.
That stain could have been there for 10 years ago. We don't know if it was an old leak or a new leak. If the roof
Interesting.
has been fixed or it's been re-roofed or not. So
Because
that's
they
what
can
we
put
check.
layers on roofs as
Sure.
well, right?
Only two. Only two.
Only
A
two?
lot of
Do
people
people
think
cheat?
you can go. Yeah, a lot of people say three.
So peeling
four.
it off, you know, because I was talking to a roofer once. He was telling me, I think there's a layers. I said, so you slap more roofing on top of the old roofing? He said, yeah. He said, but
Yeah.
I didn't get to how many layers you can
You're only
actually
allowed
have.
two, and if you think about it, the weight of the shingles or whatever roofing material that you're putting on it, the rafters or trusses are only designed to hold that much weight.
Right. And so the heaviness, water
Very
weighs a
heavy.
lot,
Very heavy.
you know.
Sure.
It's a good thing it doesn't snow here. What do they do in those cases? They have different roof. I don't think in New York we had that many roofing issues. Out here on the West Coast, roofs seem to
Heat.
not last.
Heat.
Well, it gets hot in New York. You know, like in the summer, it's like really humid and hot, you know? But it's interesting. I was like, between car chases and roofs not being, I said, New York, we don't have as
I'm
many as
surprised
that.
you're not saying anything about earthquakes and foundations.
You know, I try not to because, you know, when you manifest things and you say it, it happens. So I don't want to say it. I
Right.
have this special power, I'm told, that when I say something, my sister's like, why don't you think of the lotto numbers? She says, because when I was thinking about Chinese food and I was going on a business meeting, right? And no one ever asked me for Chinese food for lunch. She used to go for a salad or sushi or coffee or something, you know, in a business type of thing. And the person's like, do you want to go for Chinese food? And literally 4 days prior to that, I said to my sister, I don't know what, I think I'm craving Chinese food. I haven't had it in years. Like really haven't had it, right? P.F. Chang's, you know, is not a real Chinese, it's Chinese food, but it's not like authentic Chinese food, Chinese restaurant. So it was interesting, and they're like, hey, I'm like, wow. I said, that is really, so I have to be careful what I say. I'm going to do a vision board. It's going to be sunny and nice. But yeah, it's definitely something I try not to think about.
Right.
It's a little alarming, but hopefully when it does happen, it will be within reason. Right. But I want to thank you, Jerry, and I can't wait to
It's
have you
my
on the show
pleasure.
again. I know we're going to talk about different topics because
Different
such an
topics, sure.
interesting, you know, you were a contractor, so, you know, who knows best is someone that started from the ground up, right?
Yep.
So thank you so much for being
You're
here.
very welcome. Pleasure.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too.
Mina Kuper is a certified realtor focusing on trusts, probates, 1031 exchanges, divorce, and much more. She's a specialist. Mina has published books on inherited and divorced properties and business dissolutions. Ready to sell? Call Mina Kuper. Need your property renovated? Mina Kuper will help. No out-of-pocket expense. Pay at escrow. Mina Kuper, Keller Williams Realty, serving Santa Clarita, Ventura County, LA County, Orange County, and San Diego. Call 310-345-8500 or go to listedbyminacooper.com.
Jerry Holt at Brook & Sons Inspections, with over 40 years of experience in the construction industry, has performed thousands of home inspections. Jerry Holt, once a city building inspector and general contractor, knows exactly what you need to look for when buying a home. Serving LA, Ventura, and Orange counties. Call Brook & Sons with any questions. They're here to serve you. Call Brook & Sons Inspections at 747-336-9849 or email at brookandsonsinc@gmail.com for your free quote.
Richard Wang is an attorney and founding partner with Veridian Mortgage, a residential mortgage broker specializing in Disney-level customer service for residential purchase and refinance transactions. Richard leads a team of dream makers that prepare buyers to present the winning offer while securing the most competitive loan terms and in industry-leading turnaround times. Ask Richard Wang about their no-income and zero down payment loans for medical professionals by calling 408-828-5609 today.
Mark J. Marcus is a bankruptcy attorney in Burbank. He's helped his clients eliminate debts, stop foreclosures, and wage garnishments in Chapter 7, 13, and Chapter 11 bankruptcy cases in the greater Los Angeles area since 1991. He is a certified specialist in bankruptcy law by the State Bar of California Board of Legal Specialization. If you're facing debt problems such as mortgages, taxes, credit cards, debts from divorce, medical, and others, contact Mark to schedule an appointment. 818-509-1173.
Skyline Smiles is a full-service, high-tech dental office located in Skyline Ranch Plaza on Plum Canyon Road in Santa Clarita. Dr. Harleen Graywall, founder and CEO, provides full-service dentistry as well as dental Botox for TMJ issues. Skyline Smiles strives to provide the best dental experience for you and your family. Visit Skyline Smiles Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or call at 661-244-4036.
Your hometown station.
Life takes us in different directions sometimes, and we may not always have computer access for breaking news. KHTS has a solution. Text alerts. Breaking news you need to know about fast. Freeway closed? We'll text you directly. Emergency police activity in the Santa Clarita Valley? We'll text you. Sign up now for text alerts at hometownstation.com. KHTS has your back.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Listening to 98.1 FM, 1220 AM, listed by Mina Kuper show. We're about real estate, trust, probate, divorce, and more. And I have Dr. Harleen Graywall in the office, and she's amazing. She has the most beautiful office I've seen, dental office that I've seen in a long, long time, maybe ever. Like, you just want to hang out there. You know, whether you want to get your teeth done or you don't want it to get your teeth done. You just want to hang out there. And, we often know that people are scared of the dentist, right? They are thinking that it's doomsday when they go in there and it's going to be a horrible situation. But I know that you've dodged that and figured out a way to have people want to come to the dentist. So do you want to tell our audience a little bit about your office and the techniques that you've put into place for that?
Yes, thank you, Mina. Thank you for having me on the show. I take a lot of pride in what I do, and it took me about 3 years to properly plan and design a dental office that wouldn't seem like a dental office. And I wanted to make sure when people walk in, they feel comfortable. They're not scared. I didn't want to make it look like, a medical or a dental office, which looks sterile and smells quite like a dental office. So I wanted to make sure that all senses are covered. Eyes, sight, right? Smell, ears. So all those things combined can cause anxiety when you're
Yes.
getting overload on the senses. So you walk in, our space is beautiful.
It is.
It's very white and
Clean.
lots of color, very transparent. We got pops of greenery in there so people feel comfortable. And then as you walk in, we have aromatherapy on all day long, mainly lavender, helps calm down the nerves and senses. And then as patients sit in the chair, I make sure the lights are very dim. It's a spa-like environment. We give them a weighted blanket, so that actually helps them feel calm. And we give them headphones, so that covers the ears. So you're not listening to all the sound of the machinery going on.
Right.
And you're looking at a TV above you. So I guess that covers all senses.
Very, very interesting. Now, when you do teeth whitening and those kind of procedures, cosmetics, tell me a little bit about your approach with that. Because, my show also focuses on people getting divorced or thinking about it, and you got to take care of yourself, right?
Of
Because
course.
people, it's a very traumatic experience
Yep.
usually, and people kind of go the other way, right? They can't wrap their head around taking care of themselves, nurturing themselves, making themselves healthy,
Yep.
right? That's about healthy things, and they are panicked. But, being able to deal and cope with things starts at home, right? With you.
Definitely does. And then teeth are so important because we eat with our teeth, we talk with our teeth, and a smile, it's the most contagious thing in the world.
Yes, a
So,
smile is huge.
Huge. And a lot of people don't like to smile because they don't like how their teeth look.
Yes.
So you come and see us, we fix it, and
What are some techniques you can use if people have small teeth or people have teeth that even if they whiten them,
Yeah.
they may not like the spatial distance in their teeth because the smile is huge. When people smile, it makes the world of a difference.
Yes.
And what techniques do you have to accommodate an adult?
Yeah,
who
so
has-
there could be different reasons why they don't like their teeth. A lot of it is, they're not aligned well. So we use clear aligners, which, in the olden days it was just braces. Now the technology has improved so much, even adults can get their teeth straightened without putting braces on.
Oh, how's that?
So it's a clear aligner technology. So we program it, and trays are made for them to change every week. And you can wear it all the time. Nobody would even know you're wearing them because they're transparent.
Oh, interesting.
So it takes about 6 months. And people are mainly concerned about the social six, as you call them, from canine to canine.
right,
'Cause
right,
that's
right,
what's
right,
most
right.
visible when you're smiling.
Right,
So we could fix those, align the teeth up nicely.
right.
If people don't like the shape of their teeth, we can do veneers. And veneers don't only have to be invasive veneers, which are porcelain veneers.
Yes, yes.
We can do chairside composite veneers. I do a lot
What's
of
the
those.
difference?
So the difference is a porcelain veneer, we actually have to we have to remove a lot more tooth structure, and we send it to a lab, and the lab makes the porcelain veneers, which are then put on the teeth.
Oh, I see.
Composite veneers are less invasive. We don't need to remove much tooth structure, and I can do those chairside. So within an
Oh.
hour or two, I could literally
Are you
change
serious?
the shape of your
Are they
teeth.
as strong as veneers?
Yep. If done the right way, they're as strong.
That's amazing.
Yep.
So they can walk out looking like $1,000,000?
Yes.
That is huge.
Uh-huh.
That is huge, huge. That's a start, and whatever else people need, that gets them started. If you can do something so effective in such a short period of time,
Yes.
that is just, amazing.
Yeah, we have a lot of patients, they love their results and they're just so happy.
Tell me, and it's a big problem in kids and adults. It's, and some of it is genetic, I assume, gum disease.
Yes.
Do you feel a lot of it's genetic, or,
A
can you
combination.
battle?
You can battle it many ways, and the first thing to do is to visit your dentist every 6 months.
Yes.
And because as we age, 30 and above, high incidence of,
Oh, I have time, 25. You're laughing at me. Come on, Arlene. I'm coming over. We're going to do something here.
So gum disease, the earlier on it's tackled, the better the result. Because gum disease can lead to bone loss and then tooth loss. So just, coming into the dentist every 6 months, getting a full evaluation, and we have lasers that can be used. We have local topical antibiotics that could be used. So those can be treatments that are done early on and prevent.
The lasers are done to fill in the holes, the depth of the decay in the gum.
Yes, so the laser it's used to kill the bacteria mainly.
Oh, I see.
So the bacteria, like our toothbrush bristles, sometimes can't reach all the way
Right,
between
right,
the gum
right.
and the tooth structure.
Right.
So in order to clean those out, that's why we recommend flossing, because flossing is really important. Sometimes people don't floss, so I recommend using
My
a water
family
pick.
thinks I floss too much. Is there such a thing? They're like, you're always flossing. I'm like, well, I like to have a clean mouth. You know, it
Yes.
feels good. I don't want things in my mouth. I mean, is this such a thing as too much flossing?
Not at all.
They're like, you're going to pull out your teeth. I'm like, maybe that's an anxiety thing. Don't smoke cigarettes or, you don't want to do anything bad. I'm sitting there flossing.
Yeah, but prevention's better than cure, right? For everything in life. So
They're funny. They're like, you're flossing again. I could be a poster child for flossing. I tell my kids, floss your teeth. They're like, Mommy, okay, not as much as you do. But that's super funny. I mean, do you think that electric toothbrush, because brushing hard can actually affect adversely your gums, right? 'Cause
Yes,
you can actually lift them up too.
right, you can cause gum recession.
Right.
And then you could also remove a lot more enamel than you'd like to be removed from your teeth. We don't want to remove enamel.
No, we don't want to remove enamel.
Because below the enamel is the dentin,
Oh,
which
gosh.
has the nerve endings.
Goodness.
And that's why some people have sensitivity to like hot and cold when they're drinking.
Yes.
And they think they're getting a cavity or they need a root canal. But really, if you lift up the lips and you do a proper dental exam, you're going to see that they have recession for their gums and, abrasions.
And can you organically, without any major procedures, recover that? So to
Yes.
speak?
So the first, procedure would be to do a filling, just a white filling on the tooth,
interesting.
on that area. So we cover the dentinal tubules. There's no nerve endings, and then you won't feel the hot and cold as you're drinking it.
Right, because you want to try to avoid root canals if you
Yes.
can, because it's good to have everything that you were born with.
Yep.
You try to keep it. You start removing nerves and things like that. You have to do what you have to do. Sometimes it's unforeseen circumstances. Things happen in life. And I feel that, people have this idea, I'll be fine, because I'm really big on health insurance, taking care of yourself
Yep.
as much as you can.
Yes.
Of course, there's no guarantee that it's a win-win game when you do that, but it certainly helps to enhance your longevity.
Oh, yes, of
Because,
course.
I know that infections in your mouth can cause very bad infections throughout your body.
Definitely
Right?
can.
So what happens if someone doesn't take care of a potential infection?
Well, if the person's diabetic, for instance, that infection, will spread throughout your gums. So then you have periodontitis that could lead to abscesses.
Right.
Then we'll need to extract teeth. People that have heart valves, if we leave the infection in the gums, that could, possibly affect their cardiac health.
Wow.
So that's a big problem.
Interesting. I think that also, people not aware there are cancers in people's mouths. What does someone expect? Let's say they come to you for the first time.
Yeah, so we do a full oral evaluation, and as I mentioned at the last time that I was here, that a lot of oral cancers and head and neck cancers are actually detected first by the dentist.
Interesting.
Because if you go to your regular physician, they're not going to look inside your mouth.
Yeah, a dermatologist doesn't
No.
look inside your mouth. I don't think he does. I think I go once a year. I forgot. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
So a lot of cancers can be prevented by catching them early on, so we can treat them. So we wouldn't treat them, but we'd at least put you in the right direction.
Right, before it spreads.
Yes.
Because that's something that you don't want to happen.
Yep.
And when people find out they have gum issues, potential gum issues, is it good for them to go more frequently to get a cleaning?
Yes.
Or is that also no good, or is that good?
No, that's good. So, the usual norm is people will say go every 6 months.
Yes.
Why 6 months? Because that's usually what
Right.
insurance has covered.
Oh, that's what I was wondering because I've gone every 3 or 4 months. And,
Yes.
I like to keep my teeth
So
clean.
that's
It's my
usually
thing.
the standard. But if we shouldn't be looking at what insurance covers. Look at what the patient needs,
Right.
and let the patient decide if they want to come in frequently. But usually, it's great to go every 3 months.
Right, and it feels great. When
Yes.
you walk out, you feel like you can just talk to everybody. You don't need a mint. It's just you don't even want to eat anything. It's a good way to lose weight. Just keep on cleaning your teeth, and you think about, if I eat that, it's gonna get stuck in my teeth or it's sticky, and then I'm gonna have to play with it until I get home where I can get it out. No, that's terrible. But I don't. I mean, funny enough, I don't keep a toothbrush in my purse because I'm usually not out for that long.
Yeah.
But so how did you want to be a dentist? I always like asking that question, because something drives people to do something.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was an artist while I was young.
Oh,
I
interesting.
loved art and craft,
Uh-huh.
but I also loved biology
Interesting.
in school. So I wanted to combine the two, and I thought, well, this could be interesting. I could play in people's mouth, make their teeth look pretty, and be somewhat into medicine.
Right.
So that's the reason I chose dentistry, and it's actually very fulfilling. It's great meeting new people, getting to know them, getting to know their oral habits and conditions, and what can I do to make their smile better.
Right.
And you feel really accomplished when you reach that in the end of the appointment.
Nice. And now I understand the reason why your office is so beautiful. It's your ability to do artwork and
Yes.
interiors and make that come together. Because, being a dentist is a very technical
Yes.
job because, you can't mess up and go back and fix it. You have to be steady Eddie, right? Your
Yep.
hand, you have to be laser focused, no pun intended.
Yep.
But, it's so different than some other medical professions,
Right.
Because of the detail that's involved. You
Yep.
have to find a needle in a haystack sometimes,
Yep.
right? Someone comes in and they say, "Oh, it hurts over here," and you're like, "Oh, I don't see why it hurts," and you got to see if it's actual sensitivity, if there's really something going on, right before attacking
Yes.
these
So
situations.
it's a lot of problem solving, and I love problem solving.
Right. Problem solving. Yes, that's what we do best.
Yes.
Us women do problem solving all the time, all day long.
All day
so
long,
we
yep.
are prepped to do problem solving. And, I know that, how long has your office been open in Santa Clarita?
So a year this month.
How exciting.
So we're actually celebrating our 1 year anniversary tomorrow.
Nice.
Yep.
I think that's so fantastic. And it goes fast, doesn't it?
It has, and I mean, we were doing our count yesterday. I was writing up our yearly newsletter, which we'll start sending out this
Oh, I
year
can't wait
onwards.
to see it.
And we've had over 2,000 patients in the last year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say that not only are you a great dentist, but you're a good person. And, we've gotten to know each other a bit, and she's a lot of fun. So not only are you going to want to get your teeth done, you're going to want to hang out with Harleen.
Yes.
Dr. Graywall is just a ton of information. She's very intelligent and very interesting and wonderful to speak to, and really cares about, people. I know you're running for some getting involved in Santa Clarita more on a different level. Do you want to
Yes.
tell everybody what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm most likely going to be running for the William S. Hart District School Board position. I just want to be involved in our community. I see parents all day. I
Yes.
listen to their concerns.
Right.
By trade, I'm a pediatric dentist because I
Yes,
specialize.
I know.
But I do see adults as well.
Yeah.
And it's been nice understanding the community that we live in, and what their concerns are, and what they would like changed, and what they'd like to see happen. So I'm excited to be part of that.
Especially when our world has gotten so outrageous because, you live in a big city
Yep.
in California, let's say, right? And then you have different components of the city. And, you're lucky, it's nice to be in a community.
Yes, I absolutely love living here.
Because you really get to know people.
Yes.
And there's it's a hometown feeling at the hometown station.
This hometown station, yep. Exactly.
You know, what can I say? I mean, there's something, I love coming here because I feel nice and warm and loved.
Yes.
Like, so people are hugging me around here, you know,
Yeah.
and that's a big deal because, you know, growing up in New York, and I live, you know, not in Santa Clarita, but further towards the city, you know, you don't have that.
No.
It's back like kind of living in New York in a way. But
Yeah.
it's smaller. You
Right.
get to drive everywhere instead of waiting for how to figure out how to get there. Harleen, Dr. Graywall, I call you Harleen because we're friends
Of
too,
course.
but Dr. Graywall, how can people reach you? Give us your address again. We're going to be on Facebook
Okay.
anyway, and people are driving because now they're out and about. Give us your information. Give us a quick way for them to get in touch with you. You can ask Dr. Graywall questions on Facebook, and, you know, give her a call. She'll be happy to help you out, and her staff is amazing. They're very, very kind, and they're nice, very welcoming.
Yes. So we are located off of Plum Canyon at the Skyline Ranch Dental Plaza, called, well, not the Dental Plaza,
Don't send them somewhere else, by all means.
Skyline Ranch Plaza. It's 28532 La Madrid Drive, Suite B, Santa Clarita, California, 91350. And our phone number is 661-244-4036.
That's wonderful. Thank you. And,
Thank you.
You know, I can't wait to go back there.
Yes, I can't have
and
you back there.
I know, and the restaurant down the block is really good too.
Yep, Piccola.
Yes, we like to support the community, right?
Yep.
And, you know, people, you know, took a big hit when things were closed. And, you know, I love supporting businesses as much as I can. The food and service was wonderful. And I know that shopping center is beautiful. You know,
It
has
really
a lot
is,
of
yes.
things opening there. And, you know, people should go and, you know, see what's happening, spend money in your community.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it
Because,
local.
Yes, if you keep shopping online, you know what will happen. It's not going to be fun for the community.
Yep.
And you know, we need to be mindful of that. I try to do as much as I can with small businesses.
Yes.
Because once that goes away, we're just going to be autopilot, you know, and that takes away from humanity, I think. You know, it's almost like having a robot do your teeth. You're like, hey, you know, call Robot Joe, here, give her a filling. little thing comes, a little robot walks over, and you're just sitting in there in your jammies trying to, you know, I mean, what's next? I mean, bring humanity back, human life, you know, human interaction. You know, it's super important.
It's that
but,
connection.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's huge, you know. People need to be touched,
Yes.
right?
And that's why before I even touch my patients, I sit down and I talk to them for a good 5-10 minutes, getting to know them, just connecting
Yeah,
on that
yes,
human level.
Right, and so
So,
important. you
very
know, And
important.
I thank you for being the person you are,
Thank you,
and the
Mina.
doctor you are, and I look forward to hanging out,
Yes.
getting bad teeth, and I'm going to come to you to get them fixed after I eat bad things and drink wine. But thank you so much. I hope you have a great time at your event tomorrow, and I know that, you know, your patients are very lucky to have you.
Thank you very much.
And I'm lucky to be in your world right now. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mina Kuper is a certified realtor focusing on trusts, probates, 1031 exchanges, divorce, and much more. She's a specialist. Mina has published books on inherited and divorced properties and business dissolutions. Ready to sell? Call Mina Kuper. Need your property renovated? Mina Kuper will help. No out-of-pocket expense. Pay at escrow. Mina Kuper, Keller Williams Realty, serving Santa Clarita, Ventura County, LA County, Orange County, and San Diego. Call 310-345-8500 or go to listedbyminakuper.com.
Richard Wang is an attorney and founding partner with Viridian Mortgage, a residential mortgage broker specializing in Disney-level customer service for residential purchase and refinance transactions. Richard leads a team of dream makers that prepare buyers to present the winning offer while securing the most competitive loan terms and in industry-leading turnaround times. Ask Richard Wang about their no-income and zero down payment loans for medical professionals by calling 408-828-5609 today.
Jerry Holt at Brook & Sons Inspections, with over 40 years of experience in the construction industry, has performed thousands of home inspections. Jerry Holt, once a city building inspector and general contractor, knows exactly what you need to look for when buying a home. Serving LA, Ventura, and Orange counties. Call Brook & Sons with any questions. They're here to serve you. Call Brook & Sons Inspections at 747-336-9849 or email at brookandsonsinc@gmail.com for your free quote.
Mark J. Marcus is a bankruptcy attorney in Burbank. He's helped his clients eliminate debts, stop foreclosures, and wage garnishments. In Chapter 7, 13, and Chapter 11 bankruptcy cases in the greater Los Angeles area since 1991. He is a certified specialist in bankruptcy law by the State Bar of California Board of Legal Specialization. If you're facing debt problems such as mortgages, taxes, credit cards, debts from divorce, medical, and others, contact Mark to schedule an appointment. 818-509-1173.
Skyline Smiles is a full-service, high-tech dental office located in Skyline Ranch Plaza on Plum Canyon Road in Santa Clarita. Dr. Harleen Graywall, founder and CEO, provides full-service dentistry as well as dental Botox for TMJ issues. Skyline Smiles strives to provide the best dental experience for you and your family. Visit Skyline Smiles Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or call at 661-244-4036.
KHTS, your hometown station.
Hi, you're listening to Just Me. 98.1 FM, 1220 AM, listed by Mina Kuper. We're about real estate, trust, probate, divorce, and more. So yeah, it's just me now. My guests have left. A little bit about me. I do care very much about my clients and the people in my life. And the reason why I decided to do a radio show is when the lockdown happened, I needed to communicate with people. You know, I talk about touch and being in people's view somehow and connecting with people. I found that this arena, I'm a certified trust and probate realtor, and there's so many questions that people have, and I want people to not be in a pickle, so to speak, right? If you take initiative to take care of your assets, healthcare directives, divorce is included in a big module of why you should always update everything because you have blended families. And I work with attorneys, and there are businesses and multi properties, commercial properties that I handle, strip malls, partners, wives, ex-wives, kids, new kids, and it's just a mess. And I really, I have great professionals on my team that I know, and they are here to help, so you don't have to have this. It's a really, really messy situation, and I'm sure you've known people, and I know it's not a pleasant thing to deal with all the time, but it's really cleaning house is really important, and getting your ducks in a row. It's like asking a person, do you have insurance? Oh, yeah, I have insurance, car insurance, this kind of insurance. What do you have? I have everything. What's everything? And then they come back and they don't have everything, right? They don't know what everything is. And unfortunately, when they look, when it's too late. And so I really, hope everyone, reaches out to me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. The show is available to you on their Facebook page, on the app KHTS Entertainment. The way to reach me, my phone number is really easy, 310-345-8500. I do take text messages, and if it's not related to any of this and I can help you, reach out to me. I'm always there for people in need. Please don't hesitate. Again, 310-345-8500. Thank you for watching my show.